Hello, thank you for tuning in. My name is Raven Ortolan, and I am an Arts and Science Career Advisor with the Career Center. And today, really what we're hoping to do is connect you to some of the key resources you can use through the John P. Fahey Career Center throughout your undergraduate degree. Know that the Career Center is a completely free resource that you can use not only as an undergraduate, but as an alumni as well. So we're a resource that doesn't go away. We have a lot of great things that you can access not only in person in our offices, but also online. Because I'm going to be talking about a lot of different resources today, my task to you is to take out a piece of paper and have it ready by your side so that you can write down at least one resource that you will use at some point in your career at Creighton University. It might be an exploratory resource or a tool to prepare resumes or maybe a tool to look for internships, but I want you to walk away with one thing you'll remember. Because we're talking about a breadth of different things that the Career Center offers, I would imagine that not every resource is going to be applicable to every student, but I'm certain that you can find at least one thing that will prove useful to you. As far as different services that the Career Center offers, we have career exploration and major minor exploration. We'll be covering some different types of appointments we offer in this space, and then we'll connect you to resources for both. There's some overlapping, but there's also some designated resources for both career and then major minor exploration. We do resume and cover letter review, and we also will help you develop those resources or those documents if it's not something that you've done before, and we can also help tailor it to your individual interests. We can help with internship search, of course, connecting you to resources, but also helping giving you the tools to look for internships more efficiently. We can conduct mock interviews and or discuss interview preparation. These are the resources that we'll cover in depth today, but other reasons you might stop by the Career Center include networking. We can help connect you with Creighton alumni so you can learn more about careers and opportunities. Personal statements, we help both with development and reviews. And then we can also assist with the job and or the grad school search. Now, diving into our first area that we're going to dive in deep today, we'll look at assessments and career counseling. Now, of course, we can meet in person to discuss any of these topics, and that can be a great way to brainstorm some different ideas that you might be having, or even to get a starting point if you don't know where to look or you're feeling overwhelmed by the amount of possibilities. We have some career and major exploration discussions that we can have, but we also have strengths coaching too. So it might be that you're fairly confident that you know what direction you want to go, but you would like to strengthen your skills so that you feel more prepared to succeed in that area. And that strengths coaching is referring to the Clifton Strengths for Students assessment that you might have taken in your RSP course, and we can help take that to an additional level with you. But now, in addition to meeting in person, we do have some online resources. There are free personality and career assessments. So we have some listed here, the focus, the strong interest inventory, and then again, that Clifton Strengths for Students. What I would say about the focus and the strong interest inventory, those are connecting your interests, your values, your traits to specific careers. And I would say that they're not going to be read as you need to go into this career that you get in your results, but it's a guide. It's meant to say people who have taken this assessment and answered in a similar way that you did have enjoyed these types of careers, so you might want to explore these areas. So they're a nice starting point. And I'll show you in a second where you can find those assessments on our website. But then we also have additional resources outside of assessments where you can explore what to expect from different careers, what perhaps the tasks are that align with that career, what are the different technologies you would need to use, how do you get involved in that career, and what does the salary look like, and what do some of those outcomes look like. And we'll probably be spending the most amount of time in this area, so bear with me as we dive a little bit deeper here today. Okay, to find our resources, the first thing we're going to do is go to creighton.edu/career center. Now, I would say if you haven't been to this website before, I would recommend looking over it, becoming familiar with some of the different pieces that are on here. We have a lot of good information, but to look right now at career and major minor exploration, we're going to go and click on the Students tab. Once here, we're going to go to the Career and Academic Exploration. And from here, at least for the moment, we're going to go to the Career Assessments tab. You can see now that I've scrolled down, we're going to list a number of assessments and give you some information about them. What I've listed in the PowerPoint here would be the focus, the strong interest inventory, and that Clifton strengths for students. The focus is something that you could take on your own and those results would be given to you instantly. The strong interest inventory, you would need to meet with a career advisor to discuss those results because they get sent to the advisor as opposed to the student directly. And if you'll scroll down, you'll notice there are other assessments as well. So we're just talking about a few that you might be interested in, but know that there are more if that's something that really helps you give you ideas to springboard what you might be interested in long term. I'm going to go back one page. If instead of career assessments, I went down to major and minor exploration resources, we have one of my favorite resources, the what can I do with this major? So I'm going to click on this so you can see what it looks like. And I would say even if you know what major you're interested in, this is still a nice resource to check in because it gives you some great ideas for how to take advantage of that major that you're interested in, what type of activities or internships to pursue, and what type of employers typically hire those majors. Now, I think this is a good time to talk about majors aren't going to directly align with careers more often than not. Usually our majors are going to be gateway degrees, and so we could go into a variety of different fields. And even if we go into something that seems more specific, like health administration policy, that doesn't mean that we can't shift out of something healthcare related when we graduate, because that liberal arts degree is going to mean a lot to employers. So keep in mind that majors can really help define our narrative about where we want to go with careers, but know too that they're not locking us into one career. With that being said, I'm clicking the View All Majors. Once we can see the different majors, we're just going to click on one for the sake of showing you the resource. So let's say I'm interested in biochemistry. And here I always click on the print version because I think that makes the website look the nicest. And so in this resource, I'm going to scroll through and you'll see that under the areas header, there are going to be different sectors within this major that you could go into as far as employment sectors. So we have research, healthcare, other professional opportunities, more business related, teaching, and then general information. For each area, they'll give you an idea of different types of breakdown even within that sector. So within research, they're giving you a breakdown, but they also give you employers that might hire people from that sector. And then they're going even further and talking about strategies. So we can see an example here, plan to take coursework in biology, chemistry, and mathematics to demonstrate proficiency. Let's see, gain experience in areas of interest through internships, research with professors, and or complete a senior research project, and even complete a certificate training program, usually 1 year to learn specialized laboratory techniques. So giving you an idea of how you can strengthen your resume even further if you're interested in those type of areas. So know that this what can I do with a major is a really nice resource both for those seeking potential majors or trying to explore, or for those who know what they want to do but want to dive deeper. One last note here, going back to the previous screen, we can click on Career Exploration Resources to see some additional tools and resources. Of these different resources here, I would say that my two favorites would be Vault, which you would want to create an account using your Creighton email, but that allows you to search for different guides and you can dive deep into particular types of careers. And then the last thing I want you to know is out there is going to be the ONET Online. In order not to show you too many resources and overwhelm you, I'm just going to suggest that you go to that site if you're interested in exploring additional careers. The information comes from the U.S. Department of Labor, and so there's actual data from many surveyed professionals, and it gives you additional information about tasks you might expect from different careers. It talks about salary information, it talks about education level, so a really nice quick guide. I would say the information there is a little bit more basic than the Vault guide, which is more in-depth and in paragraph format. So if you're looking to do more of a skimming, ONET Online would be a little bit easier for that area. And that's a wonderful free resource. No need to create an account for that ONET site. Wonderful, moving right along. We can also help you with resume, CV, or cover letter guidance. We can meet in person to either build your documents or to review existing ones. But then we also have a variety of things you can go do online. I'll show you a manual that we have and also a resource called Career Advisor Network, and then give you an idea of some other job search correspondence that we have available. When we're back on that Career Center page, we'll click again on the Students tab. And then from here, we'll go to Resume and Career Correspondence. And once here, we'll scroll down. Some things of note, we have a resume and cover letter guide, and if you click that blue box. This guide is close to 30 pages, and it has a lot of examples, and I'll actually break down those resumes and talk to you about the individual sections like we're seeing here with the objective and talking about high school information and whether to include it on your resume. And in addition to that, I'm going to go back. We have a lot of different examples here of resumes and cover letters that you can explore to see how different people format sections. And if I scroll up, we also have other job search correspondence, which will give you an idea of how to develop emails if you're inquiring about a position, or if you're asking to connect with a professional, or if you're trying to request a research opportunity. So know that we have additional resources in addition to resume and cover letter samples. And then just note, I'm not going to click on that resource and show it to you in person, just so that we can have a shorter video today. But this Career Advisor Network does exist, and this would be something that you would want to create an account to use. It connects you to thousands of career professionals in a variety of different sectors across the United States who are willing to either look at resumes or to offer you career advice or to even perform or conduct mock interviews. It's a resource that might be similar to why you would connect to a Career Center professional at Creighton, but because they're from so many different areas, they're also a wonderful networking opportunity. So know that the Career Advisor Network is there for you as well to use. Wonderful. So we have just a few more resources I want to cover. The next resources surround internship search. I would say internships are a great way to get hands-on experience throughout your college career. Most Creighton students will have at least one internship before they graduate, and it may be that in your field, I think healthcare is a great example, opportunities aren't always called internships. That might be that you're getting a part-time job in that area. But regardless, one of the ways that we can help you is through personalized internship or job search assistance. You can meet with us and we can tailor that search to either the area you're looking for, if it's outside Omaha, or within your specific area of interest. We'll talk about Handshake. That is a great resource and one that's worth actually showing you in this video. It's also the way that you can make appointments through the Career Center. And then we have some great resources on our website about internship search tips and different engines that you can use in addition to internship search etiquette. I'll point out, but we won't dive into the Going Global resource. And then we'll talk a bit about Edge internships. Actually, I'll talk about that here as opposed to showing you a website. We'll search for them in Handshake. But Edge internships are a great opportunity to get hands-on experience. They are open to freshmen through seniors, although they were designed more for freshmen and sophomores because it could be hard sometimes to get experience. And this is really a great way to try on something. All of the internships are on Creighton's campus. They pay $12.75 an hour, and they open up each fall, spring, and summer. And we have, I think it's close to 90 different internships available, and each semester, a fraction of those are going to open, so it might be that 20 open each semester. but you don't need experience to get them. So for example, if you are interested in trying on graphic design, but you're unsure if that's something you're really interested in, I would consider applying for that graphic design internship. And there's not one of them, there's actually several different departments that have those types of opportunities available. And so I'll show you how you can search for those in a moment as well. But first, we'll talk more about Handshake. Going back to the main page, I'm going to go back to our Students tab. And you'll see that Handshake shows up on the right-hand side. I'm going to click the Student Alumni Login, and there are instructions if you're unsure how to log in. And once you're here on the landing page, I'm going to have you go to the Jobs tab. If you click the on-campus filter that you see, you can look for specifically on-campus Creighton opportunities. You could also look for internships in your hometown if it's outside of Omaha, or you can look for internships in Omaha. For now, I'm going to show you how to look up Edge internships. And here, when we have those Edge internships results, they'll give you some idea if you click on them about what that internship would entail, and it'll tell you, as you can see here, when to apply by. And here we'll see the job description, and they'll give you the employer preferences as well. Now, if you want to make an appointment, I'm going to be talking about this later, so I might as well show you now when we're on Handshake. If you click on Career Center in the upper right-hand corner, you can click Appointments and schedule with a career advisor that way as well. Great, and before we leave, I'll show you just a few more internship search resources. Under the Students tab, if you click on Internship and Job Search, if you scroll down, you'll see that we have many different areas, and each of these are umbrellas, and so there are more resources under each. For example, if I click on General Job Search Sites, it's showing us a large variety. My favorites, in addition to Handshake that I just showed you, would be this Go and Global resource on the right. And if you're using Creighton's Wi-Fi, you're able to log in, or you're able to get in without logging in. But if you're out of Creighton's Wi-Fi, you just want to log in with your blue password and your Creighton ID and your blue password. The last piece I want to talk about today would be interview preparation. You can always meet with a career advisor either for a specific mock interview or to have a conversation about how to prepare for an interview or what to expect. The career advisor resource that I showed you earlier when we were talking about resumes is also another piece that you could use for interview preparation. They have many people you could perform a mock or conduct a mock interview with. But on our website, under the interview tab, we also have a manual giving you an insight into different attire that you would want to consider, nonverbals that you would want to think about, how to prepare for questions, things like that, and just general tips. So most of those resources are just on our website. And now that you're going to be pros with our website, having looked at the rest of this presentation, I can tell you just to go to that interview tab and you'll see these resources available. And really that's what I wanted to cover today. I thank you for following along, and I hope that you now have a resource written down on that piece of paper that you feel confident that you could use. Know that if you have any questions, you're always welcome to contact us. If you want to make an appointment, you can do it a few different ways. You could either call the number listed here. You could stop in for walk-in appointments, which are usually 10 to 15 minutes. We have those Monday through Friday, 2 to 4:30. But you could also schedule online using Handshake, which I showed you earlier. So thank you so much, and I hope you're having an excellent day.